Okay, there. OBS is finally kicked over. And going live now. So now we can go back to, in the bathtub? Sorry, excuse me. Did you say pretending? Why would you slander me so? Yeah, what did I just walk into? What is this? Hold on. Moving over to back to Sons of the Forest, since apparently that's not going to be the worst thing on the stream today. I say as if I'm actually been playing Sons of the Forest at all. I haven't played that in a while. Ah, yes. Mer James. I thought people were asking for Mer James. I didn't realize they were asking for more James. Baronera? Bar Baronera. I don't know that I'd try Baronera sauce. I don't know what would go in it, and that's mostly why I'm not sure that I'd try it. I mean, I enjoy that story. Yep. Salt. Yeah, exactly. We like other people suffering, not us. So the entire stream series I've been doing on Bannerlord, I've been recording the video. That First off, I don't actually know how to separate the different audio streams I'm using. And also for the videos I've recorded so far, it doesn't matter because the only one that has my voice also has everything else on it. So I can't actually separate anything from anything else. I'm like, well, that's useless. That's the thing. Like this is part of what I'm interested. Like why I'm like, let's do this stream. Is it gives me that chance to start figuring things out now. Wait a minute. Yep. 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 Well, I'm just gonna sit here and try to figure out why. I'm pretty sure there's no game audio to the stream right now. But why is there no game audio? I mean, yes. I don't know what the O stands for, but I can guess what the BS stands for. To be fair, this is a thing that is in beta, so I can't give them too much crap. Yep. Okay, so game audio. I guess that really doesn't matter. The thing is that this will now be coming over on the stream. I don't care how it goes for recording because this is not going to get recorded. The Okay, I'm just yeah, I'm just gonna quickly unmute so I can hear for this game audio. Okay, yes, this stream does have game audio. Cool. Are you in the world? Did you make a new character? I'm trying to think. Did you die before logging off? Because remember there was some shenanigans going on last when we were last playing. I don't remember what it was though. Ah, yes, friendly locks. Hopped through the portal and went, oh shit, there's locks right here. But they're friendly. It's okay. Because you came to check out my progress, which I think has been pretty fabulous. However, screw that bridge. I'm like, I'm gonna build a bridge, and I gave up. It was difficult. Also, I'm pretty sure I basically drained us of all wood or all stone. Yeah. I mean, you say riding a lox, but you're just standing on a lox. I think you can actually ride lox. Like, for real. Also, if anyone sees a lox that has stars, tell me. Because I don't know that I ever have. I probably have and just never thought of it, but like that's not something we see with stars pretty much ever. It's been difficult because stone is hard to work with. That's where the road needs to be built. So convenient. Depends on who you ask. Yes, pretty much. are we asking Michael? And um, what does that mean today? Trying to get to your what? I mean, not really. It should honestly be a bit lackluster. Ro Rocks are nice. I like rocks. Farm. It's yeah. What? No. I would never do some of that. I would never teabag your grave. There's a chest there that you can put them in. Yeah, it was nice and clear when me and Juan first popped over here, but the fog has really been kicking up. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to get back in. The boat sled. Yes, got back in. Suck it. I like the plains, to be honest. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take, like, every biome wants to kill you. The plains does it through high damage things rather than really bad BS like you having to re-equip your weapons all the damn time. That got old. That got really old. Okay, what do lox eat? They might only eat, like they might not eat non-plains food. Oh, they eat cloudberries. They might not eat anything else of that. Like they might not eat raspberries or any of that. Because they are still hungry. I dropped them raspberry. Mind you, I also don't know where the raspberries went, but... Yep. So during the week, I've been starting to basically I was playing Satisfactory, and then I'm just like, this is not actually the game I want to play. What game do I want to play? So I was looking through my game list while trying to figure out what to play, and I'm like, I haven't played Mount and Blade Bannerlord in a while, and I've been playing that, and I'm like, man, this game is so fantastic. I like had forgotten how much I like that game. So that's where a lot of my time's been spent playing games lately. That's not where Finewood goes. That's where Finewood goes. But I get more subscribers if I play American Truck Simulator. I, mm-hmm. I How's that gonna be different from me playing? You, but you. That's because you don't know how to pronounce anything right. Yes. Exactly that. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely remember a point of a mutual friend trying to resist the urge to get an argument with a woman from Baton Rouge. She insisted she was in Baton Rouge. She lived in Baton Rouge, and it's like, you don't argue with the person who lives there in what the city is pronounced, but also, no, no, it is not Baton Rouge. You could if if you tell me it's pronounced in a way that's like, okay, sure, like this is it's your city, but it's just like Baton Rouge. It's like, no, that's wrong. It'd be like being like, yeah, I really enjoyed that Star Wars movie. I think it was called Rouge One. I thought everyone was all about Rouge 5. Or I don't know actually if Luke is Rouge 5. I know he's Red 5, but I actually don't know if that transfers over to Rogue Squadron. I mean Rouge Squadron. Sorry, to one star what? I mean, I presume that the actual road building is probably easy, or is it not? Getting attacked by things the whole time might not be. Okay, fellow. Get out of my project. I'm definitely being a little bit of a masochist with this project. So you guys can't say fudge on this stream. Milo has the miniest of O's. I don't know why Milo has the miniest of O's. Yeah, but why O's? The mini part's not the confusing part. Oh, well, it's too small to be able to tell it's a Reese's cup, so I had no way of knowing that. That's what Milo says. It's a mini Reese's cup. I wouldn't. I know what they taste like, but I don't know that I see them long enough to know what they look like. They would have to last longer than they do. And for that, they'd have to taste less delicious. Okay, time to start the project. Wait, are you kidding me? I'm talking to myself. The Discord is not yeah, of course. Okay. You guys want to say something?
Hello?
Well,
yeah.
we caught James in his all the bullshit we talked about at the beginning. None of it mattered.
Yeah, it never does. Never does.
So, like, in your experience, then, if you're driving a Honda Accord, it's probably a bad idea to wear the mesh arms on a shirt in case you end up with fishnet stocking pants?
No, I think it's a great idea.
At least we didn't walk in naked. Milo girl, this is the shit you've been missing.
I've been missing so much shit.
And then Milo's girl goes, put him back on mute. Put him back on mute.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to hear any of this. Put him away. Hide him.
Go back to talk to yourself.
This was better the other way.
Oh, I don't think I'm winning this. Nope.
Okay, I'll take the cultivator and hop back through that portal. Yes. All right. Thank you, Milo girl. I'll put him back on mute now.
Yo.
I've got mini permission.
It's probably for the best. We'd hate to give away all your secrets.
There are actually a lot of rocks here in the that once you start moving land, build a road, all these rocks keep popping out. So many. Well, I feel really mini now that I'm talking to myself this whole.
You haven't been talking to yourself. You've been talking to everyone else, except for the people watching the stream.
I mean, to be fair, I talk to myself all the time, so this really isn't different.
Okay, and
Well, I kind of blame myself. I checked to make sure that there was no game volume. It's like, yeah, there is no game volume. I never checked if there was a me volume.
yeah, you gotta check these things. I do love it. I'm like, I'm going to put all this effort in and make this thing work, and it's like, it's been ever since then. It's been like, do we have basically? Did I get the thing working? No, not actually. Has it made everything else like just more problematic? Yes. Really batting 100 on that.
Still stand with how much I hate Discord.
Well, the problem here isn't Discord. The problem is that I'm basically OBS is like, oh, randomly Discord is not the same thing. Because what we'll do is, the problem is the window I am looking at in Discord right now is from the Goblin Together Strong D&D game. So
Yep.
It goes, well, that's entirely different. We're not going to grab audio from that. And I'm like, but why? Why would you not grab audio from this? I don't understand.
So I don't know if it was from the ridiculous combat on Thursday or if I did something at work, but I woke up this morning and I'm like, man, I feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the road goes all the way to your future bridge.
Yeah, that stupid bridge.
Don't be a wolf.
I think I'm eating the wrong food because I have lots of stamina but not enough health. Didn't think that one through, did I?
Do you ever think it through? Sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. If you don't plan things, they can't go poorly.
Exactly that.
That's how that works.
Oh, you knocked me back into the portal.
Sorry.
That's what you get.
That was hilarious. I come through the portal and Jess is standing on top of me. So I'm just like,
Yep.
just pulling Jess around.
There is a road. It's not a great road, but there is a. I said that already, didn't I?
You did say that already.
Well,
Can I get you to move, Locks? Please.
please.
It's okay, Milo. It just means I did something. I just wish I knew what it was so I could avoid doing it in the future. Or do it enough in the future that at some point it no longer makes me go, dear Lord, what did I do?
Yeah, if I just need to work something out, please figure out what it is so I can just work it out.
Yeah.
If I just need to avoid doing a thing, I will happily avoid doing whatever the heck that was.
Well, it's the thing, like, my left leg is sore, and I'm like, okay, well, that could be footwork, but then my chest is sore, and I'm like, what on earth did that? And I'm like, was I just flailing? Because probably. It was worth it, though. That was hilarious combat.
There was also definitely, I'm like, all right, so as soon as you get more than one person fighting, suddenly people gauging their shots well goes out the window, apparently.
Yeah, I think I hit you a little stiff twice. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, those are fine. The one where I took it straight to the front of like the forehead, I'm like, I have
Yeah.
a headache.
That was not good.
No.
Okay, Descuto, let me get close enough that I can get my body back. That's all I want. Oh, you sugar cookie. You shiitake mushroom. No. I agree. Many Reese's Cups are life.
I thought Shrek was life.
Shrek is love.
Shrek is life. Shrek is love.
Oh, torment and forever mentally destroyed. And the person who introduced us to that would be overjoyed to know that.
Yep. The pain is a feature.
Yeah, I love them so much.
Son of a.
Ooh, I have 2 crystal battle axes. Well, that's what happens when you do dumb stuff.
I hate you, Mala girl. That's so hard to read. Too old for this shit.
Too old for mini font.
Yep, I'm too old to be mini.
What it says is A better or B? B or C? I'm lying, but I have done one too many eye tests, clearly.
What is in? That's right. For me, that's regular size font.
And you get it, you're blind.
So I have at least one coworker, probably more, but there's at least one that I know of. And this particular coworker uses Sharpie, which like is honestly part of the uniform. As ridiculous as that sounds, but to like mark products for when they expire. But like they write tiny and they do not write clear, so it just looks like a smudge. And it drives me up the wall because I'll come in and I'll be like, okay, first of all, I know that this did not expire today. Like we had one on Friday that I knew didn't expire. It was marked for Thursday, and I was like, well, I know that's not true because I was here when like this container was being cleaned and blah blah blah. And it's good for 24 hours, so like it's good till today. But like I couldn't even read the smudge, and everyone's like, I think it might be a 4, and I'm like, I don't know. They're gonna get it for when I left. Like, rude. I mean, nothing expires if you can't see the mini expiry date, right?
True. Away, run, grab my stuff. Get dressed.
Definitely have to like pen the locks up in an area. Letting them free roam is problematic. I feel like if I let them free roam, I'm gonna have like baby locks everywhere too soon.
Mini cherry blossoms all over the page.
What's
So
wrong
what are
with
you
the
talking about? Those are already mini cherry blossoms. They're just not micro cherry blossoms. Or you... would it kill you to just walk into the corner? The answer is apparently yes. This kind of honestly feels like real life moving cows. Cows are large and do not have to listen to whatever the heck you are trying to get them to do. And I'm pretty sure they know it.
Moo. Thin, sort of. As they break down, it's block.
On the upside, I think we can expect baby locks soon. Which I don't think I've ever seen baby locks. I don't think I've ever played in a game where baby locks have been a thing. Gonna have little mini baby locks.
I bet they'll just pop in.
Like fully grown?
Yeah.
Maybe. But that would be the first of them to do that. Like everything else has always had a young form,
True.
and you don't get to see the young form until
you. Yeah, that's true.
you're breeding them. So they are spelt locks as in Lox. Not as in like Loch Ness Monster.
Locks
At
Nix.
least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, LOX. It's like laugh out loud, except without the aloud.
Laugh out quiet.
Laugh out dead. Yeah, so I started talking earlier. Basically, Bannerlord has been taking a lot of my time and attention. Mostly
Yes.
simply because, so Bannerlord's one of those games of I really easily forget how, like that game's kind of amazing because you basically are just basically going from town to town, village or village, and you're just recruiting troops for your army. And the game doesn't really make you like you go to a village, it pops a little menu, you select your options and you carry on. But you can actually go into these cities and villages, and if you do so, these are like really well modeled medieval cities that the game just never forces you to go through, but they're all there. And I'm like, this is a thing that where the Skyrim should be doing this, where it's like, yes, you're going to actually have to like I feel like in some ways the cities modeled in Bannerlord 2 are like they belong
And
in a
like,
full-fledged RPG, not in a. I mean, I guess Bannerlord really is a full-fledged RPG. It's just a very different type of RPG. It just happens to be an RPG where, unlike Skyrim, when you are fighting this big battle and there's like 12 troops on either side, in Mountain Blade Bannerlord, it's hundreds of troops on either side. Can't remember. I think the maximum I have the game set for is 1,000 units on screen. It might be higher. It might be 1,000 per side. I can't remember. But it's just one of those games where I'm like, I find it is one of those games that just I am continuously like I've gone back to playing and I'm like, this game
no.
is very impressive.
Damn teleport. Yeah, I've seen you play it a little bit. I haven't actually watched it or whatever.
Yeah.
It seems very in depth.
It's one of those games where I'm like, the depth of this game is kind of ridiculous because you can absolutely end up in the position where you are you are running your own kingdom. However, you have to political intrigue your way there. If I just try to attack someone and be like, I'm going to take your stuff, I'm going to get wrecked. Like, you need to have the economy to support a kingdom in order to be able to run a kingdom. Some is late tonight. Yes, some is very late tonight.
Some is late.
Okay, earlier Michael throw his every shrink.
What?
Remember Michael says he throws up on every live stream?
Oh, yes.
He said it'd show up.
Ah, Michael throws up.
I throw up on every stream.
I wouldn't advise it, personally. I think that's an unhealthy amount of throwing up.
Fif 53 seems extremely hot. 53 Celsius.
53 is, I'm pretty sure it is warmer than 53 out here right now.
Like 50 is like 10 Celsius, so it's not that.
Yeah. Oh, and I think it's like 12 degrees Celsius right now.
Mine
So
says
we're at
40.
50. So yours is what?
Mine says 14.
14? Because 14 would be 57 degrees Celsius.
So we're warmer, Texas.
Yep.
Supposed to be getting.
That's because Milo's on her way to go claim Michael's truck. She's bringing the cold. I think Milo may have disagreed with his assessment on the Skittle ban. I mean, I'm definitely not surprised your cousins are there. I feel like your cousins are there quite a bit. Which is neither here nor there.
No, actually, over there.
No, not over here nor there.
But they're over there.
They're over at Michael's, which
Yeah,
is neither
over
here
there.
nor there.
It's definitely there, though. Not here, but over there.
It's not here, but I don't think it's there.
Definitely there.
Who's over there?
I don't know.
There's a Mongolian throat singing band called The Who. And
Who?
I've definitely seen a few times where using also the Canadian band The Who, or people will basically do that that like Three Stooges skit of basically.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah. That Who. So are your cousins there getting babysat, or do you normally just have a 5-year-old and 1-year-old just walking up to your house and come for a visit? Seems to be a little bit young to be going for visits without parental supervision.
Michael is the parental supervision. Screwed.
But how does Michael feel about that? Oh yes, little baby Locke's calves.
Aw,
Cute.
They just look like scaled down Locks.
Mini locks.
that's okay.
I'm definitely not complaining.
Where'd that? Well, at least I'm ate the right food this time. Oh, their parents are there too. Who would ever guess that? Jam.
But then,
Of course, their parents are there too.
no, but he said cousins were there.
So
He
needed
never
to say
said
what's
anything
going
about
on.
aunt and uncle, so. I think he's just covering.
Is it
He
aunt
is-
or aunt?
Auntie, of course.
That depends. I'm actually related to them or not. feel like there's at least a few people who I'm not related to that I would rather refer to as aunt as some of the people I'm actually related to.
Yeah, I wished my favorite adopted aunt happy birthday. Well, hey, happy birthday to my favorite adopted aunt.
And then she thanked me. She's in her 80s, so, you know.
Yep.
It's the one that still writes handwritten notes and birthday cards.
Like literally, I have no relation to her at all, and she sends me a birthday card. That's an actual birthday card, handwritten. Every
Yep.
side of that card is a handwritten letter.
Aw.
Yeah, she's the sweetest thing.
How is she related to you? She's not even actually related to you, is she?
She's my grandmother's sister.
Grandmother's sister. So she's not actually your aunt.
My great aunt.
Great aunt. Okay. And I get a hand letter card from her every single
Well,
year.
of course she writes hand-written letters. She's a great aunt.
Yeah, she's a great aunt.
She's on Facebook too, so she's fun. But the personalized letters, you don't get that anymore, right?
I was gonna say, I make that joke about my great niece and nephew.
Bad jokes are very important. They're part of being an adult.
I brought back over.
I mean, if my niece is gonna do me the discourtesy of making me a great aunt in my 20s, yep.
And we're at the age that we know how to magically speak 2 languages. We know how to speak pre-computer and we know how to deal with analog.
But things would be so much better if kids were taught cursive
Yes,
every time that comes up.
cursive is a life skill that people should be taught today.
I was
Very
actually
important.
surprised when I found out that
Nope.
analog clocks can't be read by kids anymore. I'm like, oh, I never thought of it.
Honestly, not, because I had trouble reading analog clocks.
Okay, so I had a roommate who was older than me who could not read an analog clock. And I actually really liked this particular roommate, but sometimes she used to drive me nuts because she'd be like, oh, what time is it? You know. And I was like, you have a cell phone. Just check the time, right? So I started changing my output on my cell phone to an analog clock. So every time she asked, I just hand my phone over.
Nice. Nice.
So James, that cart is full of rock that I brought back.
Cool. I like rock.
Oh, yeah, there's like over 700
trees?
rock there. As you went down our road that one's been making rock back from it.
Yep, I know that I know there's lots of rock that's been pulled out of the dirt, but actually going collecting it all is time-consuming work.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I guess Texas is far backwards, behind the times far enough that even Michael can read an analog clock.
But can he read a sundial?
Depending on the sundial, yeah, sure.
Depending on the sand dial.
Depending on the sundial, I can read some of the sundial.
I mean, sundials are easy enough. I actually really enjoy the one that's down on the beach.
That one is a good one. They've made that one quite.
Okay, what do I need in order to make... Wait. I have iron nails. What? Okay, yeah, cool. Won't make it here, but I can build a loom. So it'll be a while before the barley and flax is ready, but starting that output already.
Oh, what a nice village. It's probably not a Draugr village.
Probably not.
Oh, look, it's a Draugr village. Sucks for them that I have silver weapons. Unlike the last Draugr village that I ran into.
How much rock did you bring here? Because it's
No,
empty.
in the cart at home still.
Yeah, there's a cart.
I'm still unloading.
Well,
It would require some more chests over here before those are built to actually fit. Because she has brought a lot of rock.
I have brought some.
I think you're correct, Michael. Milo's after you now.
I need
The only-
chocolate milk.
The only thing you can do now is go on the run, hop in your truck and get away as fast as you can.
No, I don't
No,
have.
don't take the truck, it's too recognizable. You need to take, like, you know, a firefly.
I feel like you're going to be very careful, Michael. If Milo comes and accidentally takes your dad's truck, I'm going to guess that you're going to be the one who gets in trouble for it anyway. I know how this works.
Imagine explaining that. Like, well, I think I know where the truck is, but the thing is...
That's a cop pulling up at the wrong address and doing a warrant on the wrong house.
Are you trying to suggest that this is not something that happens continuously every day?
Saying it happens way too often.
It does happen way too often.
Grayling, why are you in the plains? That seems stupid.
So why'd you ask the question if you already had the answer?
But he was like not super far in, but far enough that I'm just like, that was an active choice, friend. Alright, come here, you.
Yeah, the Grayling is asking the same question. What are we doing?
Probably.
I mean, because we can like
I-
nuke them by like almost looking at them. I think they can stuff it.
I mean, I'm just here retrieving my body because I was dumb. Which means I'm retrieving two bodies because I was dumb. I forgot how hard they hit when you're not adequately armored.
That teleport there was busy traffic jam.
I am gonna make
Need to have like
arrows out of your
personalized.
needles
I need
and
to have
shoot your
directional
family.
teleports. You have to go in the correct teleporter to get the right way. Otherwise, you could go against the flow of traffic.
I brought over a lot of rock. Made another chest over it.
Trying to push back. It's so hard to push you.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so I made bad choices and I just tried to punch a Desquito to death.
How's that going for you?
Not well, but it is now dead. The thing is, I don't run as fast with my axe out, right? So
Yep.
when it's playing the game of putting the axe away, getting my stuff.
Shit.
Did I have anything here? Or is this just you made it this far, good luck.
Okay, so spinning wheel can't go there. Spinning wheel needs a roof. Spinning wheel's just gonna go right over here for now.
I have my own supply of rock. It's not cold. I mean, it's not warm, but it's not cold either.
Here?
No, Texas.
Ah.
Imagine our temperature in Texas. You want a light jacket, not light.
Yeah, anything over
do
50 is
I
not overly cold.
I mean, I wouldn't want to go ride a motorcycle.
Are you sure? There was a ton of people out riding today.
Oh, they sure were. We even have heated gear though.
I don't think any of the guys I saw had heated gear. Most of them didn't even have full proper gear. I would prefer to ride with heated gear this time of year, but it's still doable without. Definitely don't want to be out like past the sun going down though.
That. I don't even know why I have that.
Well, I remember 2 weeks ago you were saying that you were going to have a heat wave that wasn't going to end till fall. So I guess that was a lie.
There
People lie
may
to
have
us?
been a
Never.
small discrepancy.
I can't believe Michael would lie to us.
I know. Very disappointed.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Say, bipolar. Shouldn't bipolar just mean that it's like both poles? So then it should always be cold. Besides, I didn't think you could say bi in Texas.
Oh
Yes,
no.
I thought that was.
What made the lock
That's Florida?
mad?
Oh,
I
yeah,
never
it's
thought of
Florida.
how conservative Florida is.
I mean, it's retirees is really what it comes down to. Florida's not actually conservative for like that much. It's just a lot of old people.
Well, they're not allowing Disney to have a gay pride thing and stuff like that. It's like, let people do what they want to do. You don't even have to agree with it. Just let people do what they want.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start banning stuff, well then, how long does it take till they start banning the stuff that you believe in?
Everything that can be used to hurt the people you don't like can also be used to hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. Stop writing all these laws to hurt other people because they could turn around and use them against you.
You say could as if that's not the the only way this can possibly go in the long term. Dang it, Locks, get out of my garden.
They seem to be saying no. Ooh, that's a village. I don't want that. Not today. I just wanted to map out the continent, and then the locks decided to sit on me. I'm gonna enjoy shooting mosquitoes with the needles of their fallen brethren. I'm just saying.
Doesn't seem like the smartest use of
Doesn't have
those
to be.
arrows, but
You know how often I get attacked by them? It's the best use of those arrows.
yeah, but those arrows are actually really nice, and wooden arrows are enough to one-shot mosquitoes.
Yeah, I got a stack of wooden arrows. I just for everything now
Yeah,
because
I'm
the
just
bow
leaving.
itself,
I'll have to
bow
put up
itself is so strong. It's all you.
Yeah. What do you mean poor mini locks? They are getting treated very kindly. They deserve so much worse.
So we could upgrade the cauldron.
Yeah, we haven't made them in the stake yet.
There are, I think, a bunch of little upgrades we could do. Cauldron definitely
Well,
being one of them.
if you want to give up 5 metal, like, get
5 black metal?
Yeah.
We definitely have 5 black metal in the...
Yeah, there's black metal all over the.
I need 5 black, 5 iron, and 5 copper. We should have.
Yeah.
And then we get a heck of a lot of good food, right? So.
You just have to walk on black. If you-
No, there's
right
black
here.
metal in the chest.
Yes.
That really shouldn't be a problem.
James wasn't yelling at the mini locks. He was yelling at the big locks. He would never yell at them.
No, the mini locks are being fantastic. It's the big locks that are being dicks.
Are they just being dicks or are they being dicks?
Dick. That one. Definitely that one. Yes. Thank you, Milo Girl.
Oh, that's how you spell it.
You gave
thought
me
there was more E.
a thought for naming the locks.
Dicks.
We now have 1 locks and 1 dicks.
Locks a dick.
Obviously, you call one bagel. Isn't bagel and locks a thing in, like, New York?
I have no clue. They're actually, one's named Dick and the other's named Dix. See how YouTube's family-friendly censors like that.
Oh, you can swear all you want.
I
As
know,
long
I
as you
know.
don't
I'm
say
also.
fuck first 8 minutes and then don't
I
continually do it the whole
don't even
video.
think it's 8 minutes. It's
8 seconds or something.
yeah, it's not really all that long.
I don't understand why that's a thing. It makes no sense.
Because that's where the it's right after the advertiser stuff, and advertisers are very sensitive to everything. Pretty much any time I think you have a question that goes along the lines of why, the answer is advertisers.
Someone can't make money.
Well, someone's just a little worried, but what if this like reflects poorly on the brand?
What's Harris? Something Harris, YouTuber.
Not a clue, but I probably should know.
He can't get ads anymore because his content is too controversial. It's like, really, his videos are like how America stole America from India.
I mean, yep, I can see that. Yeah, be right back.
How America stole this, how stuff like that. How America stole the Panama Channel, stuff like that. Can't get sponsored anymore.
I mean, how dare you call them out on the stuff they did?
Someone said something racist on my channel. Jess had a good way of me commenting back. Basically, as a video of Vancouver and made a racist comment, and I'm like, "Oh, awesome! What tribe are you from?" Those settlers, right? That guy was backpedaling like crazy. Yep. Don't say stupid shit. Just because there are other foreigners in Vancouver doesn't. You're not a foreigner as well.
I was definitely reading a story to that extent where somebody ran into someone who was basically going off about foreigners taking jobs, blah blah blah. And they were like, I'm Indian. And then just watching, and they were like, you know, from North America, like you're, and watching this guy like struggle with not being able to say, well, you know, go back to your own country, because
Yep. It's like, oh.
and then commenting on his very German name,
Well,
you know, which is like whatever, but
that's how that comment ended for once.
Yeah, he asked what he wanted to fire it back and asked what tribe I was from. I'm like, oh no, I'm as immigrant as it gets. I'm fresh off the boat.
And I'm like, his name is Juan. Like, if you read it, it's Spanish.
It's like, dumbass.
well, and I think that's the funny thing is like some of us don't ever receive those kind of comments, and our families have been in Canada far less. Like, I mean, I'm technically first gen. You know?
Yeah.
So never buy first gen.
No. Terrible idea.
Yeah, but you don't look like you
No.
are from. You're not a white Aryan.
I am about as white as it gets.
Exactly. As long as you look like a white Aryan, then it doesn't matter if you're an immigrant or not.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because my dad spent so much time in Africa. He actually was as tanned as someone who lives in the Mediterranean. He was often mistaken for like Italian, which is still relatively white unless you're like the 1920s, and then in that case you didn't count.
Yeah, that's what I do love is that whether you're white enough to be white has changed so much.
It's changed so much.
Well, somebody drew a map of where lighter skin and darker skin people live. It's like, oh, the closer to the equator you are, the darker skin you are. Almost like your body needs to protect from the sun.
Well, also,
Yep.
darker skin protects you from the sun. Lighter skin picks up more vitamins from the sun. So it's literally just it's a skin adaptation to how much
Where you live.
how much sun do you get.
Bye-bye, chap.
Bye bye chat.
Chap is gone.
Oh. Fare thee well, Shep.
Excited. Go. Did Crafting Spirit figure out my laptop?
Crafting Spirit really hasn't looked at the laptop, so.
Okay. It's kind of just there.
Yeah.
As the go bag type of thing. Perfect. That's all it needs to be.
Yep.
Honestly surprised the go bag hasn't been used yet.
I'm not surprised, but it is the... I kind of wish it would just go, because...
Yeah.
Until then, we're stuck at the... Could happen at any time. It also could not happen at any time.
It's later, right? We are friends.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. I always knew we were. Knew it.
Yeah. I don't think he was talking to you. He was talking to me.
Oh, so. Screw you, Michael. Screw you. See how long true friendship lasts. Well, everybody wants to be friends when everything's going well.
Yeah, that's the real test of whether you're friends with someone or not is when if someone else starts spreading bad rumors about you. Do they just go, well, no, we're not friends with that person anymore? Or do they come up to you and go, okay, what the heck is going on? Why are people saying this about you?
Yeah. Basically, hey, I'm going to talk to this person before canceling.
Yeah. Well, basically, if people aren't willing to come and talk to you about something, then you're probably not really friends.
Why are there so many freaking skeletons out?
Is it the spooking hour?
I had a lot of them too. I think they've respawned.
Getting skeleton archers a little bit annoying.
Ah, yes, that's what I think of skeleton archers. A little bit annoying. Oh yeah, just one very random aside for... Wait, is Chef back?
I am back.
Okay. The skeletons from Wednesday, they all have bows. They can absolutely do ranged attacks.
Wednesday?
Rude.
Yeah, the
Rude.
D&D Goblin game.
Okay.
They're up against like a wall of skeletons. And I'm like, I just looked at it and I'm like, these can all do range attacks. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that just ends up with a lot of people dead really fast, so we're not doing that.
I rescued all of my stuff, and then the game kicked me out, and now all my stuff is hopefully back on my body.
Are you saying we should basically start doing stuff like that in D&D? Randomly.
Yes.
Whenever Foundry
how many
crashes or
times
Discord
Shovel has nearly
crashes,
died?
and then just go, okay, we'll just reload the game and we'll duplicate all your inventory if you died recently.
You understand that every time we do that, Shovel gets a new name. They'll just be a new goblin.
Every goblin new every time.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're playing with Hammer.
Don't play with hammers.
No, don't run with hammers.
Poke your eye out.
You should not poke your eye out with a hammer. That sounds painful.
I was having a very great conversation today. We were pulling up to my place, and there was a small child on one of those pedal bike things going up towards the school.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was partly because we just couldn't immediately see a parent, although I'm certain they were around. My mom was like,
are you
I don't...
kidding me?
Oh no, what's happened?
Locks. They have like wandered off.
How does that happen?
Wild locks.
They just walked off the thing, apparently, I guess. I don't know.
Apparently you needed a fence on the side.
Uh-huh. I didn't think I did.
What
But apparently I did.
blazes?
Alright, so that one can get up.
Can you push them?
Go back to that
You
one.
kind of can. Okay.
That one's just screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Dix is screwed. Build a fence around. You can kill Dix because the other one
That's
will grow up.
basically the plan at this point. Like, we could build a staircase. That would probably work if we were really trying to save them, but I think it's just going to be murder them for their succulent lox meat. Which will be fine as long as Milo Girl doesn't see us do it. I'll just fade the camera to black and then be like, and now we have lox meat.
Surprise! The locks naturally shed.
They're meat.
They're meat. Don't think about it. So yeah. Anyways, we see a little kid on a like one of those learner bike things. My mom's like, "Oh, I don't know what I think about like these kids and their training bikes." And I was like, "Says the woman." So I didn't actually learn how to ride a bike until I was, gosh, I don't know, 8 maybe. And it was because my parents gave me basically an adult bike right from the get-go, and they didn't really put training wheels on it. And we moved to the part of town that has a lot of hills, so I learned to ride by just setting up on one hill and hoping that you made the next hill like going up.
Yeah.
And my
That's
brother
what
once like literally rode into the back of a parked car, and I'm like, so of the two choices here, which was the worst? I tried to learn in Alberta, but it was all flat there, and I was convinced I'd fall off, so I'd literally throw myself off the bike first.
Yeah, when
Uh,
bailing out is a safe option, right?
Well, that was the thing, is I was convinced I'd be more hurt, and my mom was like, "You were always fine." And I was like, "Nope." I felt myself start to tilt, and I'd immediately go, "Well, there's only one option." So
Wait, Michael is calling Milo Girl Melio Girl?
Melio girl? Man, he really doesn't want to have a truck, does he?
Melio Girl. Just Melio. Is that what we have to do now, Milo Girl? Hey, Melio. That reminds me of Milo.
Milo Girl.
Milo Girl. Milo is a chocolate mix for the milk, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Or is that
remember.
Milo?
I don't remember if it was good or not.
Well, as kids, it was really good. Probably be absolutely horrendous, horrible. Honestly, I don't want to try it.
I think the
to
only
ruin that
acceptable
memory.
alternative to Milo Girl is Mini Girl.
Yeah, Mini Girl it passes.
Oh, I like none of this.
I think Mini Girl isn't offensive, but Melio seems to be offensive.
Apparently, Giant Girl is.
Giant Girl is
who could ever
as
have
well.
known? If only there was some way we could have known.
Okay, well, I have a suspicion the game just ate all of my stuff.
No.
That's tragic.
The cautionary
High
tap.
end gear, everything.
The
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you cheat the crap. Could I recommend a framework laptop to be purchased?
New computer is in the works. It's just funds. but
Yeah,
I'm
very
hoping filing
expensive,
taxes will help with a lot of that.
Definitely. So,
Nice thing about not making money.
Wait, there's a nice side of not making money.
Not really. On the other hand, I get to confuse the heck out of my my coworkers on Mondays and Tuesdays when I tell them I'm going to my other job that I don't get paid for, but I enjoy a lot more.
I mean,
I can
yep.
consider this right now my job I don't get paid for.
That's I guess yeah. I currently have 2 jobs. This is one of them. It doesn't pay me. My other job actually does pay me. It
Does
just
pay you.
I work. How many hours do I work at that job?
2?
I mean,
3 if you count Tuesday? And then I don't know
it's
if you count the time in between. Probably 5 hours a week.
well, but realistically, how many hours have I spent writing up lessons for that?
That's fair.
How many hours do I actually work on that job? It's a lot more than what I.
It's true. You work a fair bit at that
Yes,
job.
I have saved Dix. Dix has just happily walked up a ladder.
Well, and like I'd like to say, like I don't get paid in money, but I do get paid, and that's what I always tell them at work. I'm like, nope, I don't get financial benefit out of it, but I still get paid,
Yeah.
and I am much happier with that deal. Plus, it's a job I actually enjoy doing, and I'm semi good at.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things of they're like. I am happy I'm being paid for it because that is super cool, but also me doing the job is not dependent on me getting paid.
Yeah, well, that's where I stand with it.
Because like on the one hand, I definitely look at it, I'm like I'm not paid enough to actually like do this job. But realistically, I guess like
for our job, Michael, it's either an
3 minutes.
3 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
It's a little longer for me for Tuesdays, but
Yeah, for me it's like 3 minutes or
it's like maybe 10 for me.
or an hour.
Depends if it's here or in Kelowna.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's a soft J Yod. So he is asking how long of a drive from God.
10 minutes? I don't think you have to drive at all, but
I mean, I can never be far from Yod.
I had an interesting thought about the actual name God.
Uh-huh.
So if you go back to the original old Hebrew, it's literally a 4-letter word, God.
Yep.
The name of God. It's not like not Jehovah, like all.
Yeah, but like Yahweh.
It's not even Yahweh because it doesn't have any vowels in it.
Yeah, but that's just how Hebrew works. Hebrew doesn't have.
But if you actually pronounce it the way the original Hebrews would have pronounced it, it's more like breathing. It's like that.
Well, that's
so
creepy.
I know
We
exactly.
can just do less of that. That'd be great.
So
no, more of that
imagine,
ASMR right
imagine
We're
now.
not doing ASMR.
Where do we get that name from? Moses was talking to a burning bush, and he asked what God's name is, or what do I call you? And basically, he heard himself breathe, and that's where God's name came from.
Oh, I just died. I didn't realize my health was low. That's annoying.
So, God's name came from a crazy guy talking to a bush, hearing his own breath and going, that's God's name because God's talking.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember what we were joking about the other day because somebody ordered something, and like, it's very scary. And every once in a while, somebody orders something, and you go like, "This is a travesty. Like, this should not be allowed." And I was definitely joking that it should be on the 10 Commandments, and I cannot recall what it was. Okay, nothing there, but there might not have been. Let's go to the other one. I bet there's nothing there either. Well, there's some locks there, but I don't want those.
Yes, I agree. No more mini Juan.
Some of the AMSR stuff is creepy, and the other stuff is actually very relaxing.
No goblins right now, please.
I don't know. I think Juan spends all day driving and just never gets to work.
That's kind of correct.
I get up out of bed and I'm at work, though.
Juan spends all the time driving and also all his time being at work. Okay, well,
So no, Juan
stuff's
loses.
lost, so...
Juan loses because Juan's always at work.
I'm always at, well, except for the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I was at work 2 weeks in a row at the last one here, so.
It's kind of complicated for taxes because you have to do a form to redeem meals and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can claim all my meals.
So
While you're
you
away.
have to fill out.
Yep.
There's certain rules for long haul versus not long haul, but anyways, you have to keep your hours of service and stuff. It's like, yeah, well, technically Samuel, but he's Okanagan Division, and then we live in Penticton. Like, trying to figure out how to explain it to him when we got audited was like...
Legal definition when you're getting audited, it's like, what is considered legally as my home base, right?
Yeah, it was hard to define home base when it's kind of everywhere.
Oh no, I've recovered my body and I'm being attacked by a boar.
Michael says you don't have a real job.
I have a real job.
Trucking doesn't count.
People do think it's just sitting there and look at doing.
No, you see, trucking's hard work. What's really easy work is being a YouTube content creator. That's easy.
Yeah,
work.
that's easy too. Yeah, that's incredibly easy.
I mean, it is easy. Basically working at it so that it actually turns to be profitable. That's a completely different deal.
Yeah, anybody can make a video.
Like
making a good video.
I'm not saying I do consider myself a YouTuber, like on a very hobbyist level. This is not really my job.
Technically, would I be a professional YouTuber?
No.
Since I do make money off
You
of
can
YouTube?
make money off of hobbies and still have it be a hobby.
Okay, good. Like, I don't feel like I'm a professional yet.
I honestly, I would say after you get like an income of around like 10,000, you would start be looking at the point where it's like you're not really a hobbyist at that point anymore. But it's also a really hard thing to define by any one standard.
Well, it depends. If you're a millionaire, that would be a hobby.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm about to call it.
That is fair.
Yeah, Juan's much more tired than me though.
How?
I'm
not
3
showing
a.m.
it.
And then waking up at 7 a.m.
What's wrong with going to bed at 3 a.m. and getting up at 7?
That you wake me up every time. That's why.
Gotta learn how to sleep
Well,
like Mel.
Well, the reason I waited to go to bed till 3 a.m. because I realized it was 1:30 a.m. I'm like, well, if I go to bed now, I'm going to wake up Jess. So I'll just stay awake until Jess gets up. And that was 3 a.m. It's like, okay, it's bedtime now. And then I set the alarm for like at 11 a.m. But, you know, for the last 2 weeks straight, I've been getting up at 6 and 7 a.m. Scared the shit out of me.
Mission accomplished.
I got my weapons all out to fight what was behind me, and you just run away. I'm like, son of a...
It's just the boogie monster. It's fine.
Don't worry, Juan. I think it's just a dick.
It was certainly a dick move.
Definitely. Brought a lot of rocket for you.
I'm trying to decide whether you're even going to notice what I actually did or not.
I don't know what did you do.
That's never reassuring.
I personally find it really reassuring.
Notice this thing I've done.
I don't know what you did. You probably dropped something off, but I don't know what you dropped.
That'd be cruel and unusual. Also highly probable, but cruel and unusual.
Oh, did you give me black metal?
I wouldn't do something like that. That'd be mean or something.
There's a whole chest here full of black
Yeah, I
metals.
know.
So
I just didn't actually want to teleport with it, and I thought it'd be funnier to drop it off on you.
got it. I noticed because the teleport didn't.
Yeah.
I went to drop my stuff into that chest here, and it's like, huh, teleport's not on. That's what you.
There was definitely a point we were fighting
Why
something.
you broke Milo's Wi-Fi. You were too creepy.
Yes. Stop breaking her Wi-Fi. Stop it. Just stop. Stop.
Hi, Milo, girl.
We're gonna have to mute him. have to put a like delay so that we can just be like, nope, muting that.
Nope.
Not today.
It's like we got a censor, and they're like, "Oh, is swearing that big of a problem in your channel?" Oh no, it's like, "Oh no, we don't censor the swearing. The swearing's fine."
The creepy whispering is, a little over. Have you ever typed in ASMR and just go on YouTube and see what comes up?
Yeah, there's some really weird ASMRs.
I consider my sleeping. Hang on. No.
Sleeping with the trucker.
Sleeping with a trucker.
No, you're doing the advertising for that all wrong. What do you have to be? It's like, so have you guys ever wondered what it's like to sleep with a trucker? Because now you can know. Just go hop over, check out Juan's YouTube channel where he's, records himself sleeping as a trucker. I will collect my whole 3 appreciation points.
Oh, bugger off, you wee little. Not gonna finish that sentence, but.
You wee little problematic thing.
Yep.
Because my sleeping with the trucker videos, I do crank up the bass and the treble to make it uniquely different sounding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go too far though, but
Unless you do.
well, maybe I'm not. I'll let other people be the judge of it. Just go to sleeping with a trucker and find out.
Yeah, if you all want to judge Juan on whether or not he's too creepy, sleeping with a trucker.
I'm already voting yes.
I'm pretty sure it's just audio, Juan.
It's just audio of the semi truck. I'll share a link.
So, well, you gotta just live stream it so that way people can try to swat you in your truck. Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't it be funny?
Well, I could get up and get myself some iced tea
No,
or
it's
water
not
to drink. Or I could just open the bottle of gin. Now that the bottle's open, it's not going to last long. That's how this works.
It's not intended.
But that's definitely just how this works for me. It's where it's like, bottle stays closed for like 2 months. Bottle gets open, and I'm like... So we're just drinking, gonna start drinking gin at 10 in the morning. So is 11 in the morning too early to start drinking?
No.
How about if you don't get up till 11:30?
I mean, if you have an IV, that's a you problem.
Sleep drinking?
Not gonna judge. I appreciated the. I don't think it was meant as a dig, but kind of the gentle reminder that I had promised gin to someone else. And I was like, but I was promising it to your partner, and they can't drink currently, so I don't feel bad about this.
Yep.
Call me when they can drink.
Yep.
Although, I think next time, just because I don't want to have to deal with taking it across the border, next time we have an event that's up in Canada, I may order the blackberry gin from Calgary. Oh, that's right, a weapon might be
That is
useful.
fair.
There we go. There's a link.
That's what I exist for, Milo girl. I'm getting you to snort milk. Life goals right there.
Not only that, but mini chocolate milk. That's a waste of chocolate milk, James.
Yeah, no kidding. Can't waste chocolate like that.
That's just rude.
Okay, I think this whole area is nice and flattened.
Okay, what was I doing? Right.
Really important stuff.
Very. Oh yeah, I was whispering. Right.
No, that is not what you're doing.
Ah,
like negative.
and yet. Ooh, I like the sign above your door, sir.
Sign above whose door?
I believe it's your room. Only because it's called the Skittle Room.
Ah, yes.
Skittle room.
That would be mine. I mean, no, that wouldn't be mine. I'm not allowed anywhere near
No.
Skittles.
You would never eat Skittles.
Mini girl is getting tired. Bad.
You really have to work on your ASMR.
Oh, I'm not very good at it.
I feel like that's like you're doing the whisper that people do when they're trying to be secret, but really not.
Yeah.
This is the how are you whispering louder than if you were to just speak normal volume.
Thing
Okay,
is,
that's
I
mini
don't know
it.
what- That's mini hit.
I agree. I'm with
sorry.
Milo Girl
I'm
on this.
sorry, Milo Girl.
You should ban him from Skittles. Or cookies. I don't need. You just can't ban one from cookies. That just doesn't even sound right.
That's, yeah. Cookie Monster would just be a monster without the cookie.
But you always were a monster.
Probably some of that.
This is where we talk about my childhood trauma. Of being the youngest and just always being overshadowed. Everyone else already did it better, so what was the point of me even trying? The real cost of being the youngest. It's everyone else's fault that I'm unmotivated to do anything in life.
Well, actually, we had a conversation with about how unmotivated the younger generation is. And we were having a conversation about, we're all saying that these kids today don't want to work. It's like, well, maybe they've got it frickin' figured out. We're working our frickin' asses off, and for what?
Yeah, for a pension that won't be there when you get there.
Why are you working so hard when you could work a little bit and live off of a little bit and then live life? Actually live life. I'm like, you know what?
Like
They have
the entire
more
thing.
figured out than we do.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, okay, so why should I work hard? So I get a nice retirement, like I get a nice retirement setup, so that way I can just not work. Well, that doesn't make sense.
I want to work. I want to work forever, but let's work on stuff that I want to work on.
That was one of the things I'm like, do I like if I don't plan on ever retiring, I always want to work on something.
Yeah.
But what's
Let's
stopping
start
me
working
from
on-
starting that now?
Exactly. Why not retire right out of school?
Yeah, I'm not unemployed. I'm retired. Okay, maybe I need to get a little bit more employed than this.
Because
But
the boss actually, when I requested my vacation, the boss just goes, "What, are you retiring?" I'm like, "Yeah, literally, yeah. Taking 5 weeks vacation. That is part of my, like, why work so hard?" He just goes, "You're not going to get paid." I'm like, "I don't give a shit about getting paid. I want more time off." And he doesn't know I'm going to keep requesting more and more weeks off the more I can afford it. We've been working on reducing our bills, right? It's like,
yeah,
hey, let's get rid of shit we don't need.
and would be amazing if you could get rid of basically the rent bill, because then that's a big one that you're just like, nope, not a bill anymore.
Exactly. And then you only have to work for food. Well, basically keep your food and shelter, right? So that's all you have to work for is enough for food and shelter.
Yeah.
Anything else, you're wasting your time working. Go do something you enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'm working 14 hours a day.
Don't basically save your retirement for when you're too old to enjoy your retirement.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the thing that's always driven me nuts.
Start enjoying hobbies you actually enjoy now, not hobbies. I'm gonna go do that when I get retire.
Yeah.
No, start doing that now.
Well, it's a frustration of my current job. I asked for next Friday off, and they gave me a 4.5-hour shift. And I'm like, why even have me come in for 4.5 hours? You know what I mean? Why are you paying me for 4.5 hours? Like, just let me not come in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially if you live further away, like people living out of town, doing those half shifts. Like, what's the freaking point? You used it all on fuel coming into town to work.
Yeah. That's I remember people trying to schedule people who had to drive in for like an hour for like a 2-hour shift, and it's like, no.
Yep.
No.
It's like that.
I'm not
just not
spending
doing that.
half my time driving. Mind you, that's
Yeah.
actually exactly what I do now. I drive an hour to work a 1-hour shift, and then drive an hour back.
That's true, but you actually enjoy that job.
That's a labor of love.
Yeah. There is actual enjoyment in that job. And that's the thing, like, while I was working, for a short time, not a short time, worked for McDonald's, and for a while they were having me drive down to Asuyas, which is an hour away. And I finally had to be like, so are you gonna pay, like, my maintenance? Because they were paying me $40 every 2 weeks to do it. And I was going down 3 days a week, I think. And I was like, you're not covering my gas, like, let alone.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Walmart paid, I think, 45 cents
Walmart
a mile or
pays-
something like that, or kilometer. I can't remember what it was.
There's a formula because I used to fill it out.
Yeah, there was.
I can't remember what it is. It is decent.
It'll pay, unless you have a very, very bad fuel economic car, it'll pay for the fuel plus for maintenance, right? It'll.
Yeah.
Plus
you
you
get
were
paid.
Plus you were on the clock.
You were on the clock. Yeah, that was the thing for Walmart. I wasn't being paid on the clock to drive down.
You mean for McDonald's?
I got paid for when.
McDonald's.
Yeah. McDonald's. I got paid for when I got there.
So yeah, you got paid for the driving time, and you got paid gas or per mile or per kilometer.
Yeah.
Gas mileage,
yeah,
so.
that makes sense.
Walmart was a lot better that way. Like, then I got paid for a 10-hour day if they had me work an 8-hour shift.
Exactly. Yep.
That's worth
and
it.
Then it's worth doing that. Sure, I'll go work on the next town or whatever. Yep.
Well, I mean, heck, if they had to fly you out, like, I know at one point they were looking at flying me up to Cranbrook. And they'd pay for your hotel and obviously all your food. Like, you don't get paid if it's just a 1-day shift for your food.
Yeah.
But if it's more than 1 day, they pay for your food, and, you know, they even pay for your tips. So, like, at that point, be generous, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was even told to be generous, so I was
Yeah.
a very generous tipper. And nobody ever asked about it.
No. I think the only time, from my experience working in an accounting office, that there was ever a question about a bill was someone ordered, I think, DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. I don't really care. And the accounting office in their town would not pay it because it wasn't a proper itemized receipt.
Yeah. Can't
And
prove there was no
so,
alcohol on it.
like, a manager phoned me up and was like, "Would you?" And I'm like, "Yes." Like, you guys are paying me minimum wage. I am not paid to care where Walmart's money's going. They worked, they get paid. End of story.
Yeah, unless there's something like way off, there's something fishy here, just pay
Yeah.
the money, right?
That's the thing. And I mean, some of it's just generational gaps too, right? Like, you know, sometimes it is really hard for somebody who's been used to this is how receipts look to then switch to something different.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people in those positions have been in there forever.
Milo Girl, I would work for Reese Cups as well. That'd be worth
You
a
would
good
twerk
living.
for Reese cups?
Yes, I would twerk for a
What would you
Reese
do
Cup.
for cookies?
I would whisper.
ASMR Cookie Monster.
I definitely feel like we need to work on your whisper, because I think what you really need to do is just really, like, drop the whole register into the really quiet, soft voice. And then you talk about your day trucking. Because you're getting the whisper sibilants. So
Yeah.
you're getting that sound.
Yeah.
I think it's my microphone. I need to be a lot quieter than...
Quite possibly. I also don't know how much of that was actually picked up, because I don't know if the mics
I think
are that good.
microphones are actually pretty darn good at picking up whispers for some reason. There you go, Milo Girl. Now we've got Shep whispering as well.
No. Shep is doing ASMR. You were whispering. These
Ah.
are different things.
It's like I use my voice for my job.
Illegal.
Talk. People. I sit
My
in a
customer
big...
service
big
voice
rig.
is such a lie.
I use my voice for talking. My job's all customer service.
Use
It's
your
true.
voice for talking. Holy shit.
I do use my voice for talking. I know. Life pro tip right there.
Use your voice for talking.
But no, I use my voice for my job. And my job is all customer service. Which is a lot easier
a
when...
small part of it is hitting people with sticks.
Much too little of it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's because you can't hit babies with sticks.
Well, most of it's not hitting people's stick. It's trying to convince other people to hit me with a stick.
That's also accurate.
Oh, is that actually a problem?
It
Yes.
really is.
It is a huge
Really is.
problem. I speak as someone who had that problem.
So you don't want to be violent, right? You don't want to actually hit someone.
We grew up with, like, I think it's because as kids you're told not to hurt people.
Yeah.
And so you see a lot of that innate fear that somehow you're going to get hurt. And I get that.
Unsurprisingly, this is definitely more of a problem in female fighters than male fighters.
Yes.
Because of things like boys getting into fights has just always been more acceptable than girls getting into fights. And you watch movies, men go out and fight, so boys go, okay, yes, this is a thing I can do. And that's one thing, this is a thing that always bugs me, is you'll have girls basically come up and watch what you're doing. They're like, that's so cool, I wish I could do that. And it's like, you can, you literally just can. You want to do the thing, that's all you need to do the thing. You don't need to meet a specific requirement. The only thing you need to be able to go, yeah, I'm going to go and like pick up swords as a hobby, is the desire to go pick up swords.
But I mean, we've also seen it. We have a person who's, I'm trying to remember how long they've been doing this now. One of them's been doing it since last year. And then his partner, she picked it up, what do you figure, 7 months ago, James? Something like that?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I wasn't really involved at that point. But like I've actually noticed that they're getting a lot better and they're fighting in tournaments now, but they're still like when they practice drills, which is the slowest form of doing anything. They will not actually complete the strike, and so they'll stop short. And I have noticed that that is now playing with their game.
Yep, and that's the
And
whole
so
thing.
I've been kind of like, you have to hit me.
What you do is like what you practice is what you do.
Yeah.
If you practice not actually hitting someone, that's the way you're actually going to fight.
Because you have to hit someone, but you also don't want to kill someone, or you don't want to like.
No.
Yeah, and that's
wail on
even
them either.
even a little like
So you do.
just a little stiff like boop. People feel really bad about.
Oh yeah, I fully, and I feel like
I feel like I would hit too hard.
85% of my strikes are fine. And then every once in a while I slip up and I feel terrible. And I don't think I've ever hit someone to the point where it's been like a massive bruise. I've had one or two that I feel super bad about, and then I check in and I'm like, oh God, please tell me you're not like purple, kind of thing.
But that's part of the sport, though. You are going to injure someone eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, a few months ago I walked around for I think a month and a half with just solid bruises on my arms because I wasn't doing my job, and then I was up against people who just how they operate are heavy hitters. And because I was adjusting to new blade, etc., the whole bunch of dynamics in there, I was stepping into blows I shouldn't, so they didn't pull them back in time. And we've spent like 3 months working on the okay, like let's not get hit again, you know.
So
and I never at any point blamed them for that.
Definitely, the not hitting people too hard is just a matter of getting control of your blade. Once you get in your head, this is the distance I can reach out and tag someone with, it starts to get a lot easier to not hit people hard.
Yeah.
Where the bigger problems come into is if I'm attacking you, I'm basically throwing it like let's say I'm throwing a cut at you, and I expect it to meet your body, and you get your arm in the way. I'm not controlling it for how it hits your arm. I'm controlling for how it's going to hit your torso, which is still
I have designed this to go an inch into your torso, and now it's going to go through your whole arm and then hit your torso, right? So
yeah, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like that's where you bruise people a lot more frequently, is where you're like, that was not, I didn't expect that to hit. And that's the last time I've hit someone hard that I'm aware of anyway. It was a case of I was expecting their sword guard to get it, but they actually then went basically they decided to stab me rather than defend.
Yeah.
So I didn't hit what I was expecting to hit.
That's definitely
now, are there Karens that join the sport?
oh yeah.
Yes, but not super commonly.
How long do those last, though? Right. So
I mean, we have stories of some. There's someone who's playing right now who the biggest problem with them is they I think were being hit a little too hard, and so they have body armored up essentially.
Yeah.
Which is their prerogative. I have no problem with someone.
I don't care how much armor you wear. You can wear as much as you want. There's just one little key caveat.
Like, they're really bad at acknowledging that they've been struck because they can't feel it. And that's problematic. Like, at that point, you need to make a choice.
Yeah, you do need to be able to actually feel when someone has tagged you. Because if someone's throwing a cut and they landed across your ribs really light and gently because they don't want to hurt you, and you just don't know because you armored up a whole whack ton, that doesn't go over well. So
in that case, if someone says they got you, then you have to take their word at it.
Well, I had a fight on Thursday. I'm trying to remember who it was against. I think Drazon. And I was relatively certain I'd tagged him on the side. And I usually don't say anything. Usually I'm like, yeah, whatever. But this time around I was like, no, I felt positive pressure, like everything. And he's like, oh, you got my hand. And I was like, did you not feel like right down here, you know?
Yeah.
And I get that too, because sometimes, like, I definitely had one fight where I got tagged, I stepped back, got ready, and then it was like, wait, and Murdoch, who I was fighting against, was like, yeah, I hit you. And I'm like, yep, nope. Just took me a hot second to remember that that had in fact happened. So
yeah,
it's an interesting sport.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I mean,
and like the whole thing is like there's not a one way this gets done. There's different groups that have different like different calibrations. You go to one area, they're going to hit in a certain way, and what's going to be acceptable here is not going to be necessarily acceptable everywhere else.
This club over here trained a certain way, right?
Yeah. Like that's one of the groups I played with today. Literally just a light tag is enough to be like, yes, that is good. If there was any contact at all, it's good. Move on. The other one, there was a lot of where like that was a good thrust, but they're not going to take it because there wasn't really enough force behind it, so not good. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You don't want to take a thrust when it's got just nice positive pressure. I will then bend my blade over in your chest.
I will hit harder then.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's definitely somebody who I really like the way they phrase it. They're like, I like got the lightest touch ever possible, and like to the point where I was surprised they felt it because I didn't feel the pressure on my end at all. But I saw it move the fabric on their clothing. So I didn't even feel it, but I saw it, and I went, holy crap, that's so close. I'm like, if I just pushed a little bit harder, that would have been a great shot. And he takes it, and I'm like, did you feel that? And he's like, no, I just saw it was really close. And I'm like, oh man, because yeah, I'm like, it moved the fabric, but I don't think it actually really would qualify as a hit. And he's like, yeah, but I'd rather not encourage you to hit harder than you need to. So I'm just going to take it anyway. And I'm like, I really like that idea.
Yeah, basically, if the person had wanted to there, they could have hit you there, right? If they hadn't pulled their...
Yeah, basically, if they weren't calibrating for not hitting you hard, that would have been a strike that would have landed. So why don't we just treat it like it's a valid strike? Because,
we were actually fighting to the death. You would have hit me there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If this had been a real duel with sharp swords, I would have pushed that a few inches into your chest. Because that's what we would be aiming for. Right now, I'm aiming for the surface of your clothing because that's how hard I want to hit you. If I needed to hit you 4 inches into your torso, that's what
Michael, why are you confused? What are you confused about?
I'm not sure what Michael's confused about. So one of the problems with the lag in the chat is sometimes when someone says something, you're like,
it's
I don't know
we said something, but it could have been 2 minutes ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
The sword thing.
Like,
what about the sword
thing? So.
Why a light hit's better than a hard hit, or
basically they're literally trying to hit each other with swords,
but without actually hurting anyone.
Without actually hurting someone. So there you have to pull your punches, basically.
Yep, pretty much exactly that.
But actually, yeah, basically you're punching someone, but you're still pulling your punch, right? So you're not.
Yeah.
You're trying to hit them, but not too hard.
We're essentially simulating combat. However, because we all want people to actually want to play with us, the way the group that I play with is we play to the touch, and ideally you should never have a hard enough touch to bruise or anything, because some people don't want to play with people when they're constantly getting bruised.
And that's the light little bruises are common still, and
oh yeah, I have one on
my
arm
acceptable,
right now.
But it is the pushing up past that is like where you get to the point where it's like, no, that's not okay.
You also, and I will use this example because I was dealing with this a lot last summer. We had a gentleman who believed that he did not need protective equipment because he'd once been kicked by a horse and he was fine. And the thing there is we hit harder than horses, which sounds really stupid.
No, we don't
to
hit harder
say.
than horses.
We do
hit
not hit
over
harder
a very small surface area.
that. So we hit a very, very small area, and if you don't have to put a lot of force behind that to actually really hurt somebody, even though we have protective stuff.
I'd prefer not to pop someone's grapes.
Hey, Michael, check out that link. Oh, I don't know if that will show up. Because
I do not see it.
My account. Yeah.
But yeah, because all of our weapons are metal, none of them are sharp, but we could easily... I actually was talking about this a couple weeks ago. We could break bones.
Yep.
Like, very easily break bones. And so a lot of our game is designed in a way where we are as accurate as possible without actually injuring anyone.
There we go. Switched accounts. Now it will.
Actually, speaking of it, James, you did break a bone, didn't you?
No, broke a bone. Rib would probably...
Oh, it was bruised. That's
basically,
right.
bruise a rib, which means the rib may have had a tiny fracture, but I don't think that qualifies as a broken bone. But that was just a thrust landed right on a rib. It was one of those perfect positions to be as dangerous as possible.
Yeah, that's So that video I got there, I guess if Michael went to the link, you're not actually going to be here, but James is the one wearing the yellow and blue.
Yes. That is I actually haven't worn that in a while now. I have different clothing I wear more frequently.
In the video.
Yeah. I'm a very big fan of my new pants. My new pants are lovely.
I do like your new pants.
The amount of compliments I've gotten about my new pants has been kind of fantastic.
At least you're not naked in your pants.
I am naked inside my pants. But only inside the pants. I'm not naked outside of the pants. That's the key thing.
Are you wearing pants in your pants?
I definitely had somebody like, basically they were like, they complimented me on my shorts, and then they stopped, and they're like, "Are those shorts?" And I'm like, technically they're pants, but pants is a very weird thing over time.
So I figured that would happen. James is the one in the yellow and blue.
Yeah.
I figured I made that comment.
James is the one with the long sword, is what you need to say.
Yeah.
James is the one not in plaid.
So I'm the one who does not look like a Scotsman. Because in fact, I am not a Scotsman. At least not a true Scotsman.
That should give you a bit of an idea of what they do fun.
Yeah, that is so teaching that is actually one of my jobs currently. By one of, I mean my only.
Okay, I have barely got out of the game.
What? But we need to do a boss fight. I don't even think we even literally know where the next boss is.
No, I don't think so either.
No,
what would the next boss be?
It's the plains boss, the goblin thing.
Goblin thing.
What do you call them?
It's not a goblin though? I'm pretty sure.
Fulling? They're basically goblins.
Yes, but the boss is not a fulling.
I thought it was.
Nope.
Wasn't it a fire fulling?
No.
Oh.
Fire's involved, but only half of the creature shows up, and I'd be very concerned if a fulling kept moving around when you've removed half of it.
I'm just looking forward to accidentally wandering into Mistlands, because that's how that's going to work.
Yep, Mistlands is going to be brutal at some point. But if you haven't found Mistlands yet, it's going to be a search for it for sure.
Oh, I'll find it sooner or later. We all know this.
I mean, I believe in you.
I make bad choices.
You make sacrifices so we don't have to.
Guess I missed Milo Girl saying goodnight.
Yes, Milo Girl was
She
talking
probably
about
whispered
her.
it.
Milo Girl did indicate that their battery was going down. All right, we're starting to process some materials from our farm.
I don't know, Michael. Whose channel do you think the video's on of two guys fighting in the park? Who do you think would have possibly recorded that?
I think it's Jess's channel.
I just realized Shep is in the background of it.
Yeah, there is a chef in there.
There's a Jess in the background too. I think I even got
It's
myself.
like I occasionally hang out with James or something.
No, that's common live misconception.
It's true. I've actually never met you in real life.
No. Sorry, who are you?
I just
Hey,
found
it's
this
Thor.
Discord channel. Thor's out there?
I mean, yes.
Creepy thing.
There's someone riding the lightning anyway. I just
Ooh.
jumped over the edge of my... That was a mistake. Alright, well. Well, Thor's gone now. How do I get back into here?
So, Michael, did you see the stack of swords laying on the ground? That's just a very small amount of the swords they bring with.
Well, actually, the black ones we don't bring anymore because we have better ones now. I say we, but they all belong to James.
All swords belong to me. Like, this is just a universal truth. If you see anyone else holding a sword, it's just on loan from me. All swords belong to me. It's just the way. I don't believe in sharing. So, back on Mountain Blade Bannerlord just for a moment. I basically walked into a city in that game, and I went, wait a minute. The city walls in this game are built weird. So they have stone foundations, and then are wooden walls on top of stone foundations. And I'm like, this is correct for the early medieval castle types. Like for some of the for the castle they're reproducing. Like this is right. Everyone always makes everything makes all the walls out of stone. As soon as you have castle walls, they're stone. They're either palisade or they're stone, pretty much, right? But this game was like, no, like it actually gets the more like the historical right feeling, and that's one of the things as someone who's into history, I really love about Mountain Blade, where I'm like, the weapons you're using are correct for the sort of time period they're emulating, as well as you get the castles, like the cities they model. It's like this feels right. This is correct. So it's just one of those games I just find very impressive because of that. But then again, I'm also easily impressed. So
Every single time I catch you in playing in that game,
yeah,
you're in a menu.
Unfortunately, you can play that game just from menu to menu. So
like
I
catch
kind
only
of
in the menu.
do that, but it is a case of it's a game that is so beautiful when you're not putting yourself in a menu. Because a lot of the stuff I do in menus, I can walk up to a person in the game to do the same thing. But do I do that? No, I just go through a menu because that's the quicker, more efficient way to do things.
Yeah.
But also the less amazing way to do it. So unfortunately, that game is at its best when it's being...
You're a YouTuber, though. You have to role play, right?
I mean, doing the full immersive thing would be really fun, but also, holy hell would it be?
If you want to do role playing, though, you have to write scripts ahead of time, or else you'd be so lost, right? You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. If you want to do role playing in a game, you pretty much have to treat it like one of your game nights, right? You have to write up a script, and then you have to be flexible and change it as the story goes.
Well, so it would actually be really cool. So there is a multiplayer mod for Bannerlord, but it's not a game that is ever really meant to be multiplayer. So naturally, it breaks things. But one of the mods basically gets rid of all the NPCs and then basically makes it like a massively online game.
Huh.
And I'm like, that'd be kind of cool, where it's like, oh, you walk into a town, it's like, oh, there's no quest givers, but someone else might be like, hey, are you looking to work because I need this job done? Because yeah, there's limits on how much you can get done on your own, so you end up having to work with other people to get stuff done. I'm like, that's cool. How well would it actually work out with your average person playing online? Probably terribly, but as an idea, it is really cool. I would love, like, Bannerlord is a game I would highly recommend for us to play multiplayer if it had a good multiplayer mod, but it really, at the moment, I don't think does. Because it's one of those games where it's a game about like leading an army in battle, but you also can pretty much spend most of the game just basically being a merchant, or basically go, I'm going to basically play like political intrigue and spying and all of that. It's kind of a medieval life sim in a lot of ways, and I feel like it is underloved for that. But I guess it's very easy for games to get overlooked unless they offer some form of multiplayer. I thought it was cold over there, Michael. Why would you have the AC on if it's cold over there?
Is that just for noise? Because I have a solution for you. You could go sleep with a trucker.
There we go. That's how that works.
That's how we plug.
And then we just have to really work in casually dropping it into conversation. So, like, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping lately, and I found this really good channel. It's called Sleep with a Trucker, and you just get to listen to this engine run. And just, like when you're a baby and your parents took you for rides, like, I slept like a baby. I can tell you. Like, sleep like a trucker.
Thing is, with long-haul trucking, you get so used to sleeping around noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When there's a quiet night, it messes with you so bad.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why I fall asleep to music. Not because I want to, because I like dead silence for sleeping. But Crafting Spirit likes noise, because she used to have the bedroom next to the laundry room.
Mm.
Yeah.
So funny story about that. She was like, she sleeps better music. Okay, fine. We'll sleep with music. I can adjust. But the music she slept to was just music. So there's a techno artist called Benny Benassi, and we would listen to that relatively often. And then one night it was done. I'm like, no, we're not listening to this. I am done. I am 100% done with this. I'm not doing this again. Because I woke up in the middle of the night, and there was just music playing, and then a voice goes, "Were you sleeping? I'm sorry." And it's just part of one of the songs. And I'm like, no, this is done.
That's it.
Nope, this is done now.
Done.
So that's where I got some cello music. Very beautiful. Well, there's a artist called Zoe Keating that basically does, it is 16, she basically has taken a cello and recorded 16 separate tracks and then layered them.
Ooh, nice.
And she actually can do this live performance. Like she just has like a soundboard where she'll record a loop.
What?
And then
What is she called?
Zoe Keating. And it's, I do believe, 16 cello EP, or she has an album called Into the Trees. If you look it up on YouTube, Into the Trees, Zoe Keating, you'll get her album. And
Zoe Keating, escape artist.
yes. And so that is what I fall asleep to now. Really beautiful music, only one problem. Every once in a while it'll work its way into my playlist that I play while I'm driving. And that's not a good idea, because I fall asleep to this music now. My brain hears this and goes, bedtime, and that is not a thing I want to do while driving.
My grandpa used to take my grandma, because she lived in a care home, out for ice cream. And they were super into opera, so I listened to a lot of Andrea Bocelli.
Yeah.
but like driving in a car in the back seat can kind of be 50-50 for me, like especially if there's warmth involved. Like if a car hits a certain level of warmth, I just hibernate.
Yep.
Which is really bad because I do that as a driver too. Where I'm like, nope, AC has to be on, or I literally start dozing off. And so, like,
No, Michael,
Andrew
I cannot see the
Bocelli in
happy
my
face
brain.
on this side.
Nah, no happy faces, only despair. I came back for a reason. What was it?
To live. Choose life, Shep.
Apparently. Well, I was like, I'm gonna do a thing, and I don't remember what the thing is. So you know what? I'm just gonna throw myself through a random portal and see where I end up.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, is the farm where the baby locks are?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no, there's not. It literally just turned into a full-grown Lox.
Aww.
I was like literally looking at it.
That's rude.
Pop.
And as I said yes, it went pop and like turned into adult. Like you can go back and watch it on the live stream, but yeah, that Lox was like, no, I am not a baby. You will not treat me as a baby.
I'm full grown. It's not a phase. That's okay. I'm gonna come pet them. So I assume you can do that.
Yes, you can pet the Lox. That is the thing you can do.
Oh look, Dix loves me.
Dix loves this one simple trick.
You didn't name the baby.
No, it just you can't name him as a baby. Actually, you might be able to name him as a baby. I don't know.
Basically, you hadn't thought of it.
Yeah, I don't know. We had Dick and Dix. Your battery's draining down pretty fast, but if you're watching stuff on, I assume it's your phone battery you're talking about. But if you're watching stuff on your phone, I'm not surprised.
So when you listen to music like that, do you just listen to off of YouTube or?
Like I do, so like I will sometimes use YouTube as a audio player, but most of the time I prefer to have it.
My thing is, that's right. I just rip it from YouTube, right?
I sometimes do that if I'm depending on what exactly I want, but yeah.
Because if you just play on YouTube, all of a sudden you have these ads showing up, right? If you
Sorry, YouTube has ads? It doesn't on my PC.
Hey! This is how we make money.
Yeah, I know.
We have
by the way, I'm going to have to break it to you, Juan. You don't make money off of me.
Not yet. Not yet.
Because if I'm watching your live stream, or if I'm watching your videos, there are no ads for me. I do not see these ads.
That's why I asked people to hit the join button.
Yeah.
It's like, please hit the join button.
I mean, I will say I have Spotify, and I also have it on my computer, but it's not linked to my Spotify account. And I was listening to Windrose last night because I felt Viking metal, dwarf metal was very appropriate. But then I kept getting ads, and it's really hard when you're in the middle of giant robots.
Yeah.
And I can't, it's full screen for me. I can't not make it full screen. And I'm like, I can't even like minimize for a second to skip out of this ad. Very frustrating.
Yeah, that is definitely my YouTube just doesn't have ads because I don't.
Yeah, it's very confusing. Now my YouTube does have ads. At least on my phone it does.
Yeah, my phone definitely has. I just don't listen to YouTube on my phone.
I definitely get ads.
I have no problem with ad block.
Oh look, it's more locks. That's not a problem.
I make my money off of ads, but I make quite a bit of money off of members as well. So
what? Oh, I was not prepared. I'm being attacked by tar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hate all of this.
Tar is a thing.
What are they called?
Oh, I don't like this at all. I can't even run away. I'm running.
No,
they
you can't.
are really, really problematic.
You're dead.
That sucks.
Not necessarily, but
when you're
it's
in
hard.
range of car, you're in trouble.
Okay, Locks, do you mind?
I'd hit like a truck. Locks,
Yeah.
get away from the tar.
No, go. Locks. Or sorry, Dicks, go away.
Like, where was that even? I was just in the trees. I thought a Locks hit me.
I know. I'm always worried about the ads. Every now and then I'm in a live stream, I click on like buff stream or something like that, right? I'm like, hey, nobody go to the website I just went to, because if you don't have ad blockers running really heavy duty on a site like that,
Yeah.
they're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like super ad heavy sites. It's just
That is a Locks.
It's like, and
That is
because of
another
sites like
Locks.
that, you have to run ad blocks.
yeah.
I do appreciate that my ad blocker lets me choose which websites to block.
Yeah. And that's the entire thing where I'm like, I should actually look. You can probably do it, where I can basically choose to un-ad block certain content creators on sites like YouTube.
Yeah,
You probably can do that.
I've done that. I'm like, I watch a lot of itchy. I'm gonna whitelist that one and have ads play on that one, right?
Yeah.
But basically, I make a conscious decision. I'm like, I like your content enough. I'm gonna go out of my way to just watch your ads.
Yeah, basically,
But
I
that's very
want to support your content, is very much the statement.
And then I've also gone on people's channel and begged them. It's like, you have like 15,000 subscribers. Can you please just monetize? Just please monetize so I can hit the join button. You don't have to put a big number in there. But I really support your work, but I don't want to make money off of you. I'm like, yeah, but you do. You do want to make money off of YouTube if you found out how much money you could make off of YouTube. And eventually, after begging them enough times, it's like they monetize, and it's like, holy crap! I got my first payday from YouTube, and it was like thousands of dollars. I'm like, I told you, monetize. Need to monetize because people want to support the work you do.
And that's the thing of I don't want to like trick or beg people to support me, but giving it the option so that people who want to support can is something I'm very okay with.
But that's why my options, like you can set how the support, hit the join button, right?
Yeah.
I have mine set so I put up anyone that hits the join button. I put their name on the credits at the end, right?
Yeah.
I do not differentiate between somebody that supports me with 99 cents a month, or $4.99 a month, or $25 a month. It doesn't matter which one of those three tiers
that's
you
an
choose,
adventure I'm watching.
you get exactly the same credit at the end.
I'm not gonna make it. It's gonna be great though. Oh wait, no, maybe the Locks is going away now. That'd be nice.
I mean, I think the Locks is
Hey, if they want to take out the full earth for me, that would be great. Nope, 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 nope. Here, you see why Chef's always dead.
Chef
Chef does stupid shit. I was actually in one of their towers, but the Locks knocked it down.
Knocked down the tower?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, they were really mad at me. I'm gonna stand on this rock and see if that helps. Oh, no.
Did you just crash?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're flying.
At least I'm being entertaining.
I don't know if that's flying. I think that's...
It's running through the sky.
Skywalking?
I'm pretty sure it's still called flying.
Oh, I love all of that.
Skywalker.
Yes, Chef Skywalker.
Chef Skywalker.
Chef Skywalker.
Or sorry, it's gotta be something more like boring in my name. Like Mark Skywalker.
That mosquito's busy attacking Chef Skywalker.
But not doing any damage.
No.
Because the damage is
my
held on
game's not even
client
up
side.
anymore.
It's interesting how that works.
I mean,
how long does Chep Skywalker stay there until you log back in, or?
Nope,
I
Chef
have just
Skywalker is
relaunched
gone.
the game, so.
Oh yeah, Chep Skywalker's gone. I didn't realize there was another tar pit this close to us.
Well, that hit harder than I wanted it to. I'm leaving.
I mean, as you can see, it's mosquito season out in the plains too.
Yeah, it's that one.
Well, the loading screen has all my stuff.
Yeah, you shouldn't have died.
No, but like I didn't die last time, and I lost all my crystal battle axes, everything. So it's 50-50 on whether or not I will have any of my gear.
Well, but I think usually comes down to is whether your character dies between you having crashed and being pulled off the server.
That's fair. Like I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'll rebuild. Sucks because it means I have to get silver, or I skip silver and I go straight to black iron. But
can you turn the graphics down at all? The settings down.
Like on my end?
Yeah.
I believe I have.
Okay.
Because I was crashing in the other server I was in. The reality is just my computer is elderly, and I ask too much of it. And I've had issues with Discord and games running at the same time. So.
Yep. Some kind of coding conflict. It's like, computer says, I need to put all the attention to Discord. It's like, no, you need to keep the game going. Yeah.
Well, there was a point where I bought V Rising. I couldn't even get it to load. So I returned it because I was like, well, clearly the problem is my computer's too elderly. But then I couldn't even get RAF to load, and so I had to actually uninstall Discord, reinstall, and then it was fine. So, like, sometimes I think Discord just takes a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Discord might tell the computer that I'm the most important.
Yeah. Honestly, could run it off my phone. It just seems like a lot of work.
I wish you could. I don't know if there are settings in Discords to lower the quality.
So you should be able to deprioritize it in Task Manager. That might work. I don't know.
But it'd be nice if you could tell Discord do low quality audio, right?
You might be able to. There might be settings for that.
Like, it's not a huge deal. And the few games that I do play, like, this is probably the most problematic one. Because I know it's rarely a problem with giant robots, but also giant robots came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
it's an elderly computer can run an elderly game.
Yeah.
Actually,
but I'm hoping by the end of the year, hopefully sooner, but by the end of the year, I will have solved my elderly computer problems.
Yeah.
Framework.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're going to get a laptop, Framework is highly recommended. If you're
The
not going to
awesome
get a
part of the
laptop,
Framework is you're going to probably pay a little bit too much for what you're going to get. But it is all upgradable and repairable in the future. So when you need a new computer, you only need to buy that one part. I love that idea.
I super enjoy that idea. It's really going to come down to whether or not I want to do desktop or a laptop. I'm leaning to desktop right now because I'm not currently in a situation where I want to take a computer with me.
Yeah, that's the one thing that would hold me back from buying a Framework right now is I don't need a laptop.
A lap. Yeah.
I need a desktop.
But that being said, in the future, I may invest in a laptop because definitely, like, I appreciate some of the advantages of having a computer that can go places with me. So,
yes.
Like, we were discussing today because I had a bit of a week, and so I decided to take today as, honestly, I napped for most of it, just kind of
Potato crash day, yep.
Yep, but I was supposed to go up to Kelowna with James and do the sword fightings, and I don't fight with the other group. I love everybody in there. I'm just, right now, not going to pay for a different group, essentially. So I was going to find a coffee shop and just hang out for a couple hours. And a laptop would make that slightly easier, but I do have a portable keyboard for my phone if I wanted to do some writing, so. I think at the point... I'm still working towards getting the teaching thing in order, and that's the point where I'd look at a laptop.
Yeah. That would make a
Not
lot
so
of
much
sense at that
because I
point.
actually think I'm going to do lesson plans, because planning is for other. I mean, what? I admire anyone who can lesson plan. But stuff like that, like looking up resources and stuff, that would be a great time to do it. Ooh.
I agree, Michael. I also hate coffee.
I have had some really good coffees. I'm going to phrase it that way. There is a particular type of bean that we get in the fall, I think, that is literally, it's the only coffee I truly love. So when I say coffee, generally I'm getting something like a hot chocolate. I am not a huge coffee person.
I like a very chocolatey coffee as well.
Yeah.
I like my coffee so chocolatey that no coffee has to go in.
I feel like lucky enough that the couple of people that I get to hang out with often right now, who do drink a lot of coffee and offer me coffee a lot, are coffee snobs. So I'm getting nice coffee. And that really changes it for me.
I don't drink coffee, but I do know there's some very good coffee out there.
I super like Starbucks Casi Cielo. It's from Guatemala. It's a specialty thing that comes in once a year. It's supposedly a bit lemony, but like the big thing is, and because I work in a coffee shop, I have to know all this stuff. It's less acidic, so you don't get that acidy coffee bleh. I find a lot of the coffees we have right now.
Sweet, smooth flavor, yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of a mellow, smooth flavor, and then just finishes really nicely. I actually have a bag of it in my cupboard for people for next weekend because they have professed that they really like it, so I hunted a bag down for them.
My favorite way to consume coffee would be a chocolate bar, though.
Yep.
Like Purdy's coffee bar. Such a smooth coffee bar.
Ooh, I should try that.
Purdy's? Oh, that coffee bar is so good. Just melts and it's so good.
Like honestly, I drink more now. Again, working coffee shop, you end up just doing that. But beforehand, I would drink mochas because caffeine, in my experience, not for everyone, but helps my pain meds work faster when I have a migraine. So it helps the pain relief hit faster and generally stay. So I only have to take 1 round of pain meds and not like 2 or 3, which is great.
Less drugs is good.
Yeah. But yeah, I would rather have a hot chocolate, or like I like tea. Tea is my thing. I have a bunch of D&D themed teas on my table right now.
David's Tea Cold 911.
David's Tea Cold 911 is amazing.
I have our first piece
for the most
of
part, do
padded
actually
curse.
drink black coffee. But that's because I drink black tea and I'm a snot.
First, what? Black?
Have my first piece of basically first padded curse, which is the black iron tier of stuff, or the plains tier of stuff. It takes iron and linen thread. So we have
Where do you get linen thread from?
The flax that we've been harvesting.
You're cute.
Oh, okay.
We have a loom in the main hall now.
Like when people say they like coffee and they're eating or drinking Insta coffee, like Taster's Choice, that's just gross shit.
That's actually the funny thing is, my mom, has the ADHD coffee thing, where like she can drink coffee and then take a nap. But she'll drink like fast food coffee and prefer it over a latte, even though like technically a latte kind of has a harder hit of caffeine. But she'll be like, "Oh, it doesn't make me feel awake," and I'm like, "Regular coffee doesn't do that. Like, you just think it does." Hi, friends. I have all the friends right now, and I don't know why.
What is a devil's coffee?
Devil's coffee?
Yeah.
I don't know. I also don't know what Death Wish coffee is.
I don't know what Death Wish coffee or Devil's coffee it is.
Um,
Black coffee.
Like, Death Wish coffee makes me think that it's the shit that's strong enough to, like, melt a spoon. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. Hi.
Yeah, I still get questioned all the time. When I show up at a place first thing in the morning, 7 in the morning, people are like, "Hey, you want a coffee?" I'm like, "Nope,
Yeah.
don't drink coffee." And then they're like, "What do you mean you don't drink coffee? How do you stay awake?" I'm like, "I get sleep."
Right? What was the thing is I went through and I got my degree, and so many people were like, "What do you mean you went?" And I'm like, "I slept because literally my body makes me, or I'm in pain." So the few all-nighters that I pulled, it was like, well, you just suffer or you hand in your assignment and then go back to bed.
Yeah, definitely for me. The big thing is, so caffeine gives you that alertness. It's not a substitute for actual sleep. And also, if you drink caffeine long enough, it stops working. However, you then go through withdrawals for not having it. So you're worse off. Now you're drinking caffeine just to not feel worse.
Yeah,
I'm like, that doesn't sound like fun at all. It sounds like a terrible trade.
like there's truck drivers that drink all day long, cup after cup after cup of coffee. That can't be.
Yeah, it must be terrible drinking something other than water all day long. I don't know how people can survive that. I need to drink less iced tea in a day.
You
Oh
need to
my
drink
gosh.
less iced tea in a day. Yes.
You can sit on the locks.
Hmm.
They're big enough you can just sit on them. That's great.
Oh,
Yep. Ride a locks. Ride a dick.
I
say,
am actually on bagel.
Ride a
Named the
bagel.
baby bagel. So I'm riding a bagel. Baby
are there
bagel.
baby locks there yet again?
No, not
Hmm.
that I see.
There should be, but
They
whatever.
do say they're hungry, but
They need food.
Oh, I'll bring in more cloudberries.
Funny, I'm still watching this stream. I'm just too tired to play.
that's fair.
That's
I feel
definitely
that.
I sometimes do a lot where I'm like, I don't actually want to play anymore. I'm still would like to engage, but I'm done playing.
Well, I mean, we have a couple different people who run streams. I would actually like to hang out in Doom's server occasionally because I feel like they have the right level of shenanigan.
Yep.
They definitely have a lot of shenanigans there. It's fun.
But I find that the other server, as much as I love all the humans involved, because I really do love them, they're so intense. And I just like
It's very forward focused. They're gamers.
it is very
They're
speed
gamers.
run. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, I love you guys, but I can't speed run this. Like, you know, I sit there and like build my house and then slowly explore. Or I explore and I die.
My problem with Doom's server is the shenanigans. Even that is socially too much for me too often.
That's fair.
It's like I'm so antisocial. I'm like, nope. I need less interaction. I need
Yeah, that's
I need
fair.
more relaxing. Although it is a lot of fun joining that server.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I speak from experience. The nice thing about Doom is you can just join and literally not talk to anybody. And there's not really a judgment there, because I did that for quite a while for their giant robots, where I joined on Facebook for a while because he was streaming to Facebook. And then he was like, "You're the only one who watches. Just hop in the Discord. I'll live stream for you." So.
Yeah, basically use the Discord stream.
And then somehow I got bullied into playing.
Yep, as you get bullied into everything.
This is
because we're awful human beings.
Right, so mean.
Okay, you ready for this?
Nope.
Good.
What are we supposed to be ready for?
Just
Gonna
watching
do
me
some
teleport for a while. It's fine. Apparently I walked to that too fast. Missed the teleport, I walked right through it. I don't think I want my coffee to have 80% more caffeine. Okay, Shep, you should get over here.
Okay.
Really important stuff.
Baby?
Shenanigans. Baby locks.
Oh, I totally forgot to bring the berries, but whatever. I'll get them later.
Just need to go pick some. It's fine.
I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be A-okay.
That's exactly what it sounds like when I'm out sailing, which I'm kind of thinking maybe is what I'll do next. I'll go retrieve my boat or build another boat and go find some mistlands. Poke it with a stick.
Alright.
Oh, so if you're on top of them and
You
they
ready for
move,
this?
you actually stay on top?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, do you have the thing? You have the thing!
Haha.
So much majestic. Look
Dix
at
is
that lock.
ready to ride.
Dix is so ready to ride.
James is riding a Dick.
Dix.
James is riding
James
Dix.
is riding Dix.
Multiple.
Can you open the gates for me?
Yeah. I'm assuming you're gonna need both sides.
Yeah.
Or do you fit through one? Yeah.
Definitely both. Dix is really wide.
Heard that about dicks.
Heck yes. I do love that. I think I'm in control of Dix, but I'm not entirely sure.
You never control of dicks when you ride them.
You can walk right off the
What
freaking
happens if I
bridge.
pet him while you're riding him?
You better build a proper
Oh, you
bridge.
can!
Yeah, I'm gonna need a proper bridge before we can take Dix for a proper walk.
You want me to let you back in?
Sure.
Also,
Can-
did you notice that there's some standing on the wall there?
Get
Can
off the walls.
Can locks carry?
No, they can just carry you.
That's a
They can pull a cart, I thought.
I'm not aware. If they can pull a cart, that'd be amazing. I am all for that.
I'm trying to like push him off the wall, but it's not working.
It'll be fine. He'll. Okay, someone's hitting.
Your stuff? Yeah.
Not my stuff. Fulling's
Oh, you have
or
to
something.
no. So the answer is no. They cannot pull carts, but there are mods
Ah,
that will allow tamed boars, wolves, and lock pull carts.
I think that mod would be a good addition to the game because boars being able to pull carts
hilarious.
would just be such a big improvement in that early game where it's
Yeah.
such a pain to get everything to base. What you obviously need is goats to pull the carts. If goats are good enough for Thor, goats are good enough for me.
I agree. Although I'm pretty sure there was somebody who had boars that pulled his chariot, because that sounds very Nordic.
I mean, it doesn't sound un-Nordic.
Called Beast of Burden.
Definitely the one thing that keeps me from modding of this game is just that it's not the world's most stable game already.
Yeah. Yeah, but Beast of Burden, you can have boars pulling your carts around.
Ah. For a second I thought you were gonna take me into the water with you, and I'm like, I'm not here for that.
Well, I'm gonna bail out, so you guys have a good night.
Yeah. I'm probably also
Night
gonna
one.
end the live stream soon.
Thanks for joining, Michael.
Castle for Decisions can be finished another day.
See you tomorrow morning.
That does not line up. That is a problem. Alright. What coffee do you make at the coffee shop? I feel like the answer to that is coffee. Whatever
At
it
my
is,
coffee shop?
whatever it is that people need in their coffee. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's how coffee works.
So actually, it was funny. We were joking about this. Our most popular would be a caramel macchiato. So a macchiato is essentially a latte made upside. Well, yeah. Our version of a macchiato, clarification, is a latte that's made upside down. So you put espresso on top of steamed milk instead of steamed milk on top of espresso. A proper macchiato is espresso and foam, so milk foam. We also make that. It just doesn't get ordered. There's one lovely gentleman who orders that every once in a while. I saw him recently. But I make regular coffees. I make lattes. I make Americanos. I can make most caffeine things. I even do a bit of latte art, which is a brag because I've worked really hard on it. That is a skill I have worked on. I think the equivalent that we would have for a death wish would be probably a shot in the dark. So that would be a dark roast, and then we put shots of espresso in it. I've never actually had anyone ask for a death wish, so I'm not quite sure what the equivalent would be. But we get asked for shots in the dark all the time.
I'll obviously come in. I'll ask for a death wish. And when people are like, "What do you want?" and be like, "No, just literally death wish. I don't want any caffeine.
Just a death wish. Yeah.
Give me some cyanide in a cup, please."
I mean, I have had people ask for some.
I just need some bleach in a tall glass.
Well, see, now that's actually funny. So last summer there was a picture of a Starbucks refresher going around. It was blue, and they called it the Under the Sea Refresher. And my Starbucks friends and I took that apart and realized that that was in fact bleach. Because Starbucks uses bleach to clean their urns, and it is blue.
Uh-huh.
So we were all very amused by this. I actually had someone try to order.
And be like, sorry, it's against policy to put bleach in a glass.
Pretty much. We were like, no, sorry, friends, we can't do that. I did have a person recently who told me that they drink cowboy coffee, so I had to look that one up. That's apparently how Murdoch and Madiri drink their coffee.
I'm trying to remember what's cowboy coffee. Something to do with the...
It's the style of brewing, I think.
Because yeah, you basically don't filter out the beans as well. I think that was part of it.
You put like the grounds in the pot and you boil it and then you pour it. And I assume there's some level of like filtering, but not really. So yeah. Crunchy coffee is the impression I got.
Yeah.
Which makes me kind of want to try their coffee next time we're camping with them. Because I don't think I would particularly enjoy that, but I'm also like,
You're coffee curious?
I'm always coffee curious. Yes, please. I mean, it's the same way I'm alcohol curious. I will try anything once.
I'll try it. I will try anything that sounds good once.
Yes, that is fair. I appreciate that there's this assumption on my level of alcohol drinking that I think is very inaccurate for my actual level.
From who?
Donkey.
Yeah, I'm like, I could guess as to
Oh, I had no idea
who
what
that's
Sojo was.
referring. Sorry, who? What?
I had no idea what Sojo was. I had to look it up.
Yeah,
I was glad you asked.
I'm like, you have no clue. I have no clue. I'm just gonna ask because either we can both be like, yeah, interesting, neat, or I can just go ahead and ask because I'm like, I know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't know
No, I
because
had no
why
clue.
would we?
Yes, you did hear, my friend. They were offering me hot chocolate, which is the pinnacle of all drinks.
Okay, this whole Brid project is turning into something else because I hate. And I definitely missed my jump.
But yes, no, I was amused by that because I was like, if I'm in the mood, may, but I don't actually drink that often.
Yeah, but there are certain people, this being one of the people, whose basic entire life is basically defined by sex and alcohol.
I mean, my big thing is I end up not so much when I hang out with you, but I end up being the driver a lot, and that's a line for me.
Yeah, that's the thing that kept me from drinking for a very long time. As if I'm
Yeah.
the driver, I'm not drinking. That was definitely we went out for dinner, or went out for drinks, after uh, fight practice the one week there.
Yeah.
And that was definitely a case of there was basically it got mentioned where I was like, oh, basically, are you drinking more? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm drinking more. And then I think I had 2 Long Island iced teas, and then I moved. I'm like, okay, I'm done drinking. And then I was like, oh yeah, I guess you got to drive home. And I'm like, no, I'm not drinking 2 Long Island iced teas and then going
and then
and then
driving home.
driving.
Yeah.
That is not how this is gonna go. The number of Long Island iced teas I'm willing to take before I drive is like, because this is a number. It is one.
Yeah,
That
that's
is my
fair.
limit on that. Uh, just let me go. I'm gonna fall in the water so many times building this stupid thing. I'm sure of it.
I don't want this. Like, I don't have the health to fight this fulling. Why are there so many 1-stars here? Oh, I think he's coming out to fight you.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
I'm hoping this next week is somewhat nicer in the weather department.
I am too. The weather wasn't terrible, but it sure could have been better.
That's the thing, like, for the most part it was okay, it's just chill. And I appreciated our friends on Monday being like, next week you should join us, and I'm like, I was busy doing my job.
Yep.
But yes, the moving around would have helped a lot. But I'm kind of hoping that my job keeps me as busy as it did this past week in the future.
Stupid game is stupid.
Oh, that looks really nice.
Well, it looks really nice.
Your bridge.
It's absolute crap because it is a pile of rocks in a trench coat is what it is. I'm giving up on making it
Making it nice.
a stone bridge. It is just going to be a wood bridge because I tried. It disagreed.
Attempts were made. Sir, could you wait until I have my armor fully on to attack me? Thank you.
Could, but is not going to, I think, is the theme of the evening.
Yeah. Well, that's why you take your heart out. You bury it under, you know, under an iron throne or something. Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, it's the problem with the bridge is it doesn't do the bridging part very well yet.
I mean, at least before I could kind of jump up there.
Yeah, I was having difficulty making that work for me this last time. I don't know what changed, but
We were in the 30s a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if we were last week. But
yeah, 30 Fahrenheit? Yeah.
yeah.
Except I'm like, we have not been to 30 Fahrenheit or 30 Celsius.
No.
That is not a place we've been. But yeah, 30 Fahrenheit we.
Night, Michael.
Yeah, have a good night, Michael.
Might be a good place for... I don't know if you want to call it or see if someone else pops up.
I mean, I'm going to be gaming for a little bit longer just because I want to get the stupid bridge built. But yeah, I don't believe anyone else will be joining us.
Oh, I guess we do have a location for the Plains boss.
We do?
Yeah. I've got it on my map.
I don't have it on mine.
There.
Nope, don't have it there. I don't have that boss location.
Okay.
So-
Well, it's not a location, but we were sailing around, and it's approximately here-ish. We saw the hand.
Oh, okay.
So I mapped it. I, like, marked it when we were doing an explore. Dumb ways to die. Is it worth it? I think the answer to that is how hard is it to get back out again?
Back out
Because
where?
there's some... Well, there's some locks here.
Yep.
And there's a village there. So what happens if I poke a locks with a stick? run to the village and then leave. Bad things, right?
Bad things for someone.
Poke a lox with a stick.
The science is still out on who.
Does it work? No, he's just thinking. You gonna... Do I have to hit you? Oh, nope, there we go. Unless you have totally killed this village, which it looks like you might have. Yes, you have. That's okay. I may have made dumb choices, but they're funny.
It's always the real question.
Wasn't it funny? Yeah. Says if he can't find me, he can't be angry, right?
I mean, he can be angry by himself, it's fine.
Oh, he's definitely angry. But he's way over there, so he's someone else's problem.
Definitely just reading through it, it's like, Michael's like, see you Monday, and I'm like, I haven't streamed on Monday in a really long time. I am not going to be here on Monday.
Yeah, Monday's kind of a...
Monday's busy. I like having a day off. Alright, you feel rested. Time to head out into the great abyss.
Oh. We won't be seeing Michael next Saturday. Well, maybe. But probably not.
Yep. Yep, that is the... I plan to be... I mean, yeah, I plan on being driving back next Saturday.
Well, that's the thing, like, depending on...
I don't think the live stream will be happening.
No. Nor would I expect it to. Because, events tend to wear me out. At least the nice thing about dinner is, even if everyone else isn't done, we can leave if we wish.
Yeah, that's on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be back.
Okay. Alright, well, there's some form of bridge that actually goes across. The mission I set out to do is complete. So I will call the live stream there. So, for everyone who tuned in, thank you very much. I hope you have a good morning, good night, good afternoon, whenever this finds you. And we will catch you next time.